Hello everyone, this is Mitch, Bear Killer again. I know I haven't made a video in a while. It's been about, I don't know, a week or so. I've been going through a lot of stuff lately, a lot of stress, stuff like that. School stress mainly. My music lesson teacher has prostate cancer, so I've been going through that stress. And then the stress of I had to retake my trig class again, so that's some more stress. I'm gonna do some videos on some interesting topics I've been studying about. One of them's been on the Ark of the Covenant. I've been doing a couple of other ones on other various subjects, like the Ark, for example, the Holy Grail and stuff like that. I'm pretty interested in most of these things, as once you know the basic faith, stuff like that, you want to dig just a little further than what you already know. And that's what I want to dive into, is kind of the deep end of the faith, and go from there, because once you already swam the surface, so to speak, in the pool, you kind of want to go to the deep end of the pool, and that's where I am right now, and God's just kind of telling me, come on Mitch, let's go to the deep end of the pool. And that's kind of where I'm going right now with my faith. So, like in the chat, I don't know if you've been to God chat or not. If you're not, go to www.happyjesusday.com, and chat's there from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard, and they're there every weekday. I'm there every night. I go under the username Mitch. You might have seen me, I don't know. I talk about quite a bit of things in the chat. For example, one of the hardest subjects to deal with, especially right now, with my music teacher having the possibility, he has cancer. There's a possibility that he won't make it, and that's been really hard with me, because death is one of those things that we don't, as humans, don't want to address. But eventually you come to a point where you either have to deal with it and say, okay, I'm gonna face the train head on, or you're just gonna keep beating around it, and then you'll die yourself, and you won't know what to do because you'll be in panic and shock. And so I think that's one of those things that we kind of have to tell ourselves, that this is a train we need to face head on, this subject, and just let the information come. Don't be afraid to learn more, because God has a plan for each and every one of us. We don't know what that is from one day to the next, and that's one of the things that's fun about life. It's so random, and it's chance, and well, not chance, but basically you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. I mean, tomorrow, who knows? It could be 3 feet of snow, and that's one of the things that's so wonderful, that when God created this world, is for us all to have free will. And that's one of the commonly asked questions that I think people ask, is if God's so good and awesome and powerful, why does he allow evil to exist? Well, you have to also recognize that he has justice, he has a will. He wants man to have a will, and have people who choose him, and not some slaves that don't have a choice at all. I mean, what would be the purpose of creating all this if all you did was have a bunch of robots follow you? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's usually my answer to that question. There's quite a bit of other questions that I try to address, like why did God allow 9/11 to happen? And personally, I think it's because America right now is going down the drain on evangelism and what following Christ is about. I mean, we say we're in one nation under God, but you turn on the TV and you see people following people like Billy Joe or Oprah, or you can name several singers off the top of your head, Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, Jay Leno. You kind of wonder yourself, so is this nation really following Christ, or are they following the things that the authors and artists put out and music put out and the motives put out by these artists? Because if you really look into it, you can see their intentions are to follow these artists, and the American dream is to be what you want to be and do whatever you want to do, and yeah, that's pretty much the American dream is all about. And if you compare that to what Christ wanted us to do, which was to follow Him, pick up your cross and follow Him, which is definitely the opposite of the American dream, because American dream says you can do whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter what you want to do. And the other common viewpoint I've heard is always lead toward heaven. But if that's true, then what about the passage that says the gate is wide and narrow and not many will enter it and find their way? I mean really, how many of your neighbors or people you see in church are following Christ every day? I'm not being offensive or anything. I'm not saying that some people are Christians, others aren't. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just simply stating that if you look at mainstream Christianity, I'm not trying to be judgmental, it's really hard not to though when you talk about this, you'll see that the motives behind the church is tithing, sermon talks, and that's just a few of them. And so I can understand why someone would leave a church, or if they wanted to join a different group, because the motives behind it is that God doesn't care about the building. He doesn't. He cares about the body of Christ, the believers, not a building. Not some fancy building with a little steeple on the top and glitter diamonds everywhere and portraits, because if you look in the Old Testament days, you look in Jerusalem, you won't see these buildings. I mean, you see some mosques and some other things, and certainly in the Old Testament, the temple that Solomon built for God, but in reality, that temple that Solomon built was for God. It wasn't for us. So, with that being said, happy Jesus Day. God bless and peace out.